gotten replies or I've gotten messages. He's not going to just stand there. His knife is here and knife is there. You don't want to hurt each other, obviously. And I'm holding the knife at bay. When I'm doing the movement in this fashion, it's the explanation version. Bill come up behind me. When Bill comes up from behind me, when he strikes me up with that, when he comes up around, my number one thought is getting the hell out of the way and guarding myself. I'm going to feel his arm coming up around me. So that first thing that's going to happen is I'm going to feel his arm. One, I have my hands up. I'm going to guide, just this simple guide here. From this position, I'm going to switch my feet, strike him down to the groin, and grasp. Once I do this, in reality, in the street, I'm going to keep this down to my side. Why? Because it gives me everything I need right here. I'm going to strike him up to his chin. If he has the ability to swing that arm on me, here, I'm going to be in this position, strike that arm, just hit that bicep, this pain, hit that bicep, hit his shoulder. From here, I can push up his face still more. I can kick him to his groin. There's a lot of pain. Sorry. When I cut down on the arm, this comes through first. This just guides his arm up into this position. And trust me when I say that if I have his arm locked in this position, this is painful. Your arm does not want to go in reverse. All right? We'll go closer in. The important thing is that guide. If I'm here and he comes up again, one, here, strike him, whether it's an elbow or down to the groin, I have control. I'm going to take that, like I said, this blade, either I'm going to draw it into myself, depending upon how much room I have, or I'm going to push it right to his own leg, here, and strike him. Once you hit somebody, you're loosening things up. They're not concentrating on this anymore. You're keeping it at bay. I'm not struggling with him. Simple movement, keeping it at bay so I can strike him. He's not thinking about this. Strike him, the other hand comes up, strike it, strike him again. Keep hitting. Why? Because he's got this. We hit joints. Going into the crook of his elbow, his shoulder. On this side, I'm striking into his forearm, his bicep, his shoulder. Whatever is available, and we've talked about this, doing ABC. It's hard for me to do ABC. When I teach this technique, to me, the repetitiveness of it, like I said in my last video, is sometimes a little odd. It's a little off. Meaning that Bill come up behind me. I'm not thinking right now about that same technique. I'm thinking of, what am I going to do? If I feel somebody put their hand on my shoulder, I'm not going to look at this hand. I know where his hand is, or I feel his hand's here. It's this side. So when he comes up around to come up into me, that grab, see where I'm in this position? And right now, my first thought was to go like this, and bite him. Somebody goes, well, he's got another hand free. That's fine. Striking him. I'm going to get away from that. Here, strike him off to his neck. All these areas into the neck. You can take your own hand and just hit yourself right on the side of the neck. It feels like your bells are being rung. Just stand here. I can hit him here. I can hit him off to his ear. The point is, I keep this in check. I'm not fighting it. If he decides to push the blade and he pushes it, let him push it. Fine, he pushes it. Now it's on my hip. If he decides to pull it back, it goes back to his hip. I don't fight this and not let him. He goes. He pulls back. He goes. He pulls back. Back and forth. I don't care because I'm doing my movements, my techniques. So, with saying all of this, we'll do it one more time from behind. I'm here. I feel a hand on my shoulder. I know something's going to come this way. Whether it's a knife or that sucker punch that comes up around, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to look at this hand. I'm going to be, oh no. Here, I'll guard myself. Come down, strike him, kick him. Keep that knife at bay. He pushes, I keep the knife. Cut down on the elbow, circle up around, would be nice to Bill's arm, hook that arm. Once his arm is hooked, I don't want to hurt Bill's arm. Once his arm is hooked up in, and I'm circling, it goes down. He's going to go see the direction he's going. Okay. Yes, it's a blade. Can you get cut? Absolutely. Get out of the way. Move up in, smack, grab, pull the groin. The minute you give pain to your attacker. Sorry, my nose is a little running. It's a little chilly out here today in the park. It's a beautiful day in our dojo. We got to turn up the heat, but we can't, so we deal with the cold. But it's reality. This is what happens. It's not going to be a beautiful spring day all the time and blue skies and millions of people around now. It's going to be a little bit of a dismal day. You're walking alone. You're looking around, and I've said this a million times. Do not think and do not feel safe in your own neighborhood. People don't. I've lived here all my life. What do you mean don't feel safe in my own neighborhood? Don't. If there's someone watching you, if there's a stalker, they know your routine. You get up at a certain time every morning. You go to your favorite coffee shop. You get on the same train, the same time. You come home the same time. You walk the same path all the time. Change your routine up. You could probably avoid, God forbid, a situation like this by simply changing your routine. Get up a little bit earlier. Some people go, I don't want to get up earlier. Take a different route. Go to a different coffee shop. Beware of your surroundings. We feel safe in our own areas of where we live because we've lived there for so long and God, nothing's going to happen to me. Wrong way of thinking. You have to be conscious all the time. Predators, stalkers, they're watching. I'm actually just finished a job. There was a couple of young ladies. They were soccer players. They're still soccer players. They were being followed from their school. One of the girls realized it's the same car. The second girl said, yeah, you know, I saw that car following us. Third girl was like, okay, so it's not me. They told their parents. Parents came to me and said, our daughters are being followed. Can you keep an eye on them? I do security work for a living. So I said, absolutely. Thank you. Got to the school, waited, and you would never recognize me. I looked like a beggar, basically. I took a shopping cart, I took some cans, and I was pretending like I was looking for cans. Waited, saw the young ladies walking out, saw the car, pulled up. He knew what time it was. I got up onto my little scooter, took my shopping cart, followed them. Girls are walking, and this stalker followed them. Waited till they got to where they had to be. He got out of his car. I started taking pictures of his vehicle. Came up by the field where they were practicing, and I just stood next to him and I said, nice day, huh? And he just looked at me and I said, oh, young ladies playing on the field. I said, you shouldn't be following these young ladies. As I'm doing this, it's all being videotaped. Somebody was videotaping this. So I looked at the man and I said, you've been stalking these young ladies. We have your license plate. We have your vehicle. We have pictures of you. Now it's going to get turned over to the authorities. His eyes flew open. He ran into his car and left. You never know. You never know. Beware of your surroundings. You have to be. You don't know what's going on out there. Our classes are meant for one reason, to get you home safe. These little stories that I tell you, this isn't the first situation where I've done that kind of job in my life, doing security work. I am by no means, I'm not a vigilante. I am not going out and hurting people. I am simply eyes and ears. As I was told from the very first time I ever took a security class, you are not law enforcement. They're right, I'm not. Watch, write down all the information, pass it on. That's what we're trained to do, and that's what we do. No different working in bars, restaurants, wherever. Identify the individuals, take all the information, pass it on to law enforcement. But our classes, like today, if somebody's coming up at you, yes, you're going to give as much information as you possibly can. You're going to remember what they're wearing, their eye color, beard, mustache, tall, short, thin, fat, etc. Did they walk with a limp? Did they run with a limp? Everything. It's hard to keep that focus on everything that's going on in that moment in time because we're so, oh my God, what's going on? I'm being assaulted, I'm being attacked. Stay calm. I've said this a million times, just breathe. Do what you have to do at that moment in time. Remember as much as you possibly can about the situation. Important things to go over. And I'm glad I'm going over with you, my students out there. I talk about this to all my students in our dojo here. All the time, the same thing. Want to get you home safe. Thank you for hitting me up with all your questions. I believe in you because you believe in me. And I want you to believe in yourself just a little bit more each and every day. Welcome back to San-Ryu School. We're going to see you real soon. There's so much more to come. The fall season is here upon us. There's a lot more exciting things coming your way. We'll see you soon. Have a great day. Peace.